Good morning, good morning, good morning. Today we're going to be making a chocolate caramel butter cake. Okay, pound cake that is. So good morning. It is Friday, January, I want to say the 19th, 2022. So this is once again our journey to making all things self-rising flour. This is our pound cake. We have 3 cups of flour, 3 cups of sugar, 3 sticks of butter. We're going to be using 2 teaspoons of vanilla flavoring, 2 teaspoons of butter flavor. We have 6 eggs, room temperature, and also our butter is room temperature, and our sour cream is room temperature. We're using 3/4 cups of Hershey's cocoa inside the vanilla. I'm not going to be using salt because my butter is salted, also room temperature, but salted. Now this is something I wanted to experiment with, and they're caramel cups. What I've done, I got these from Aldi's, caramel cups, and they're like little miniature Reese cups. What I did, I took a little bit of the flour, doused them in there to keep them from sinking to the bottom of the cake batter. So we're going to start this out with number 1 with creaming our sugar and our butter. We're not using any cream cheese this morning, so this is going to just be, and I should have said it, a sour cream pound cake. And once again, I am the camera person as well, so forgive me. We are ordering one of those handhelds, so I won't have you zooming all over the place. I'm going to cream this for 30 seconds. Oh, safety features on. I always unplug my mixer when it's not in use. So, here we go. One more again. Okay, guys. Let's just cream that for a minute. See that? Because it was at room temperature, it didn't even take 15 seconds. I'm going to slowly add my sugar, and once I do, I'm going to allow this to cream for about 10 minutes, and then I'll be back. Okay, I do want to stop it just for a second, though we're getting started, and just sort of my plug. Just sort of make sure that everything is off the sides. And I showed you on our last video that because my house is always a 60 some odd degrees, what I do, guys, is put my eggs. I have this dish here, and I just put it with some warm water. My eggs set out last night. I took them out before I went to bed. But I put this here with just some water from the sink, just warm water, not hot, just warm, warm to the touch water, and place the eggs in there. You don't want them too hot. You don't want them to crack or anything. But my house is somewhat cold, so I have to do that. And also with my sour cream, I don't microwave my food. but I do use it for certain things. And one, I hit it for 30 seconds to make sure that my sour cream was room temperature. Okay, so here we are. We're going to go for 10 to 12 minutes and we'll be back. Okay, we have creamed our butter and our sugar for 10 minutes and nice and creamy, nice and white and fluffy. It's another indicator. So, excuse me guys, wipe my hands off. What we're going to do now is add our eggs one at a time. You'll see me add the first egg, and you'll see me add the last egg. I put them in this jar, just so to make it easy for me to pour in here one at a time. And also, guys, with my sour cream, what I'm going to do real quick is I'm going to go ahead and put my vanilla flavor and my butter flavor in here. Put this in the sink. Remember, when you're in the kitchen, the first thing you do is run yourself a nice hot sink of dishwater so that you can get in and out and get things done. So I'm just going to put this in here. Now, I was reading where if you added this last rather than alternating it with your flour, that it does something totally different for the cake. And had I been thinking, I would have put my flavorings in my butter rather than in here. But anywho, we're going to go ahead and start our eggs one at a time. Making sure they're well combined in between each one. Okie dokie. This here is where what we're going to do is just fold in our flour. That's our flour and our 3/4. That's 3 cups of flour, 3/4 a cup of Hershey's cocoa. I've sifted it 3 times. White Lily cake flour is a very fine white wheat. Very, very fine, very soft white wheat. Actually soft as, if not softer, than cake flour. So what I've done, I sifted it 3 times anywho because I added the cocoa. And what I'm going to do at this stage is I'm going to take my eggs and sugar and butter off. And I'm going to add my flour to it, guys, all at one time, because my sour cream mixture, I want to add it last. So I'm going to go ahead and add it all in. Okay. And I'm going to hand stir it. Okay, there's that. All in. I'll come see you in a moment. Let's take our spatula. And just like we did our last cake, we're just going to fold it in a little bit. And this is just to prevent the cloud that we know we can get. I have watched so many pound cake recipes since November, of 2021 and learning how to make my own pound cake, because on my property we have planted an orchard, all kinds of blueberries, raspberries, and I want to be able to incorporate some of those this summer into our pound cakes. Okay guys, I'm going to hand stir this in a little bit more because I'm working with one hand. That is our preheated oven letting us know that it's ready. It's on 325. I will be right back. Okay guys, just because I was working with one hand, I went ahead and added the 1 cup of sour cream, and I took my mixer and just mixed that flour into that mixture just a little bit. Now, for about 1 minute, I am going to stir sour cream mixture into our flour ingredients. Sorry about that. Okay, already. Let's see, guys. Let this preheater know that I agree. We'll set the timer in just a second. I want to give a that's going to be intense. Okay. Now what I'm going to do at this stage, just going to scrape it off the sides. We're going to go over here to our Nordic Ware, so 13 cups. Excuse me for spinning you. And I had to open the door to keep folks from running in and out. I've sprayed it thoroughly with my Baker's Joy. We're going to put it in our convection oven. I'm going to set the timer for 1 hour and 20 minutes. And it does rotate, so I'm going to set the timer for 1 hour and 20 minutes. And after the hour and 20 minutes, I'll bring you back. But we're going to go ahead and put that batter in the cake. Let's bring it over here so we can work it out together. Because I want to show you, as I'm adding, one hand, guys. Ooh-wee. I just want to scrape down our sides. That's what I'm doing here with one hand. That's what it's too much. And I'm just going to sprinkle. Yes, I am. I'm going to sprinkle. And because I'm working with one hand, I'm going to just use my spoon. It's going to take me all day and forever. It is. However, it allows me the control. that I'm going to need. I don't want to make a mess. I'll get that when I'm finished. Oh, sorry guys. So let's take a handful of our caramels and really want those over there. Okay. And that's what I'm going to do, and I'll be back. Okay guys, I went ahead and not made it so hard for myself. I put the caramels that was in the flour into the batter, and I just stirred it in and then poured it in there, because that thing I was doing a minute ago was working harder, not smarter. So here we are. We're at 320 degrees. We have to set our timer for 1 hour and 20 minutes. Uh-oh. Hold on. Where's my timer? Cook timer. Okay, 1 hour and 20 minutes. There we go. So, hold on a second. We're going to open it up. It's nice and hot inside. I'm going to have to use 2 hands, guys, so you're going to be looking a little wonky until I get it there. Okay. It is baking in my convection oven at 325 temperature for 1 hour and 20 minutes. So, see you back then. Guys, just come in for a minute. We've got 49 minutes left, and can y'all see that cake? In 30 some odd minutes, it's already up there. So, got 49 minutes. So, 49 minutes, 40 minutes. Hopefully, stays in the pan. See you soon. Okay guys, we've got about 6 minutes, a little bit, 5 minutes, and the cake came up, and then of course it dropped. So call them drop cakes. And what we're going to do is go ahead and make the icing now. I've got a cup of evaporated milk, a stick and a half of butter, and I just turned it on and melted it. This is what I was checking my cake with, so it's got a few minutes going. And it's melted. It's hot. So over here, now this calls for, I want to say 8 cups of confectioner's sugar. This is a whole bag. I just opened it. It's about 7.5 cups. I'm going to add all of this to my mixer. Makes quite a bit of icing. I'm gonna add all of that. Also, 3/4 cups of Hershey's Cocoa. I'm gonna go ahead and add that, guys. Alrighty. Add in the sink. And I'm going to mix it just ever so slowly. Got to plug it back up. As you guys know, when we're not using it, it needs to be unplugged. Very, very slow. Ever so slowly. Not even quite 1 click. that mix. And came over here to get my butter. A hot butter. Butter. Add my vanilla flavoring to my butter. And I'm going to pour it in slowly. And I'm going to be careful because I'm lacking a half a cup of confectionate sugar. And we all know. Woo! Better hurry. Here we go. Ooh. It's gonna be thin, but as it cools, yes, it will get thicker. Yes, it will. But I don't mind it being somewhat thin because when I pour it over the cake, I'm going to poke a couple of holes in the cake so that it can get down in there. And because we have, let's go back over to our cake, 2 minutes left on her. There she goes. She was up, guys, and she's gone back down. So she'll be coming out in about 2 minutes, 20 seconds. And there we are with our icing. Yeah. Got just a tad bit left, and I'll reserve that so as it sits, if I need to put the rest of that in there, then I will. But that's it. Isn't that something? We are learning how to do this stuff, guys. Intimidating who? But I can't be all bold because I just never really cared to make anything from scratch because to me it was just much harder. That's true, to me it was. So I think that's it. We will wait for our cake to come out, guys. When our cake comes out, which is in a minute, in and out, 1 minute and 30 seconds. When this comes out, we're going to set it here and allow it to cool. Okay, let's move things out of the way. We're going to sit it here and allow it to cool. And I have to move this stuff out of the way because I've got a lot going on. Yep. I'll bring you right back in a minute. Alrighty, the cake, I just took the cake out. Still quite hot. And we're going to let it rest here for like 10 minutes. And we will flip it out. And we will proceed to add our it's really just like a glaze. But because we melted the butter. You could have probably melted it in the microwave, I'm sure. When I was doing the recipe, I think it did say for you to put it in the microwave to boiling, actually. So, but that's the icing. See if I can get some on my finger. Oh, it's already setting up. But what we're going to do, we're going to take, once this cools off, I'll be back. We'll flip it out, poke a couple of holes in it, and pour icing over it. Just that simple. See you back in 10 minutes. Alrighty. It's still just a little warm, but I can touch it. So we're going to flip this out. I'm going to use this plate because my icing, let me get something because it's still just a little warm, just a tad bit. Oh, my husband holds that for me. Okay, here we go. They say don't be scared. There we go. Just do it. Let's see what her looking like. Oh, I see that caramel. Y'all, it looks good. Ooh, you smell that chocolate. I smell it. You smell it, baby? That's it. So I'm going to pour my icing. I did sort of kind of want to, while he's still warm, y'all, just let him sink down in there. But that caramel, we're going to have us a good time. I love caramel. Chocolate is my favorite ice cream. And I love caramel. Well, let me see what my icing. You know, he got a little stiff waiting on me, y'all. Too bad, though. It should pour pretty good still. I'm just going to give it a little quick stir. See that? Okay. Well, let's see what it do. Okay. Should turn it. Here we go. Turn my TV down. I'm going to let that soak in a little bit. And then I'll add the rest. But look at that, y'all. And there we are. How nice is that? Chocolate caramel pound cake with a chocolate fudge icing. I hope y'all enjoy it. We're going to slice it. We'll come back a little bit later and cut it open once some of the icing sinks down in there. See y'all in a few minutes. Just pause. Okay. It's paused.
I had paused it. It has started again. It's running.
Oh. Okay, I don't know what's on and what's recorded and what's stopped, y'all. So we're going to, Papa's going to cut himself a piece. It's semi-warm. The icing, that's just the icing gelling, and I poured a little bit more on top. You can see that second layer. And my husband was like, whoa, that's enough because it's going to be sweet. So we're going to cut a piece. Y'all, I want y'all to look for a minute. Look at my husband. He got a plate, y'all, to cut a piece of cake. Put your plate down, baby, so you can cut it. I tell you what, he came with a plate. Should my plate don't drop. Okay. Go Papa cutting him a piece of that chocolate cake, y'all. With caramel, miniature caramel cups inside. You turn it. There you go. I had to get my plate to hold some of that icing. We're going to see when he pulls it up. I want to see. As soon as he pulls it up. Go ahead, baby. I got you. Ooh. Okay, let me see. Ooh, that looks good. And this is caramel. I got to look on the inside, baby. He got to get all his cake out of there, y'all. Okay, y'all. Look like he's sort of coming together. Because my cake is sort of like a bowl cake. My plate. Sort of bowlish. So I'm going to push it all together, y'all. Because I can. Darn, they're closing it back up. Ain't that something? Excuse me, y'all. My plate has a little bowl effect to it. Hold on. He gonna taste it. Let me taste it, baby. Okay, thank you. Oh, gosh. He's right. That is rich. That needs some ice cream, baby, right?
And that was from the bottom.
Oh, that's good.
I didn't give you the top with the ice.
I don't need the top with the icing. I'm sorry for being all over the place, y'all. Let me tell you something. This right here, and y'all see how it's going down? Because my cake, my plate.
It's still hot.
It's still hot, yeah, but my plate, you see how it's like a bowl? That's what's happening. And it's okay. It's okay. Ain't nothing ice cream can't fix. So, bird's eye view. I just sort of brought him in. Just sort of pushed the whole thing in. See, that's what I did. Just because he's coming down in that bowl plate. There we have it, y'all. I hope y'all enjoyed this. I so enjoyed experimenting with you guys. And I will see you on next Friday. Enjoy your weekend.